some of the pressure on the kidnappers of the British couple Paul and Rachel Chandler is coming from what you may think is a rather unlikely source. It's a tiny TV studio in Walthamstow in north-east London, which broadcasts to the Somali community in Britain. That's estimated at about 250,000 people and goes far, far beyond that. The Chandlers, of course, are being held separately now by Somali pirates. A yacht was taken by them in October. Ridwaan Haji Abdiwali presents a programme on Universal Television. It's seen by Somalis around the world. It comes from London. And for the last 3 weeks, he's dedicated his show, which is called Have You Say, to their story. And he's with us in the studio now. Good morning.
Good morning.
What was it that caused you to become so concerned about this particular act of piracy, because of course it's become quite common in the Somali waters?
First of all, thanks for having me on. The television is one of the Somali TV which is based in Djibouti, but we have some community programs in London.
Yes, you contribute to a wider network.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we as a Somali community actually decided to do whatever we can in order to show the Somalis and the British public that we are very sad about their situation in Haradere. And then I just decided to do a couple of programs within the television about the issue and see the feedback.
And what has been the reaction from the Somali community in Britain?
We had an immense response from the Somalis across the world, let alone the Somalis in Britain. Everyone is, of course, annoyed, angry and sad about their situation and the sort of brutality that they have claimed already because of the Somali pirates in Haradere. We actually got that the mainstream of the Somalis are against this sort of piracy activities in Somalia.
What's really interesting, I think, about this, and many people will find it interesting, clearly there's a lot of activity going on behind the scenes. The Foreign Office says that it's monitoring the situation closely and doing everything it can, but clearly it doesn't go into detail about what may be happening. Do you have any reason to believe that the kind of pressure, public pressure, that you are stirring up is getting to the people who matter, and that it isn't just a talking point here?
To be honest with you, I feel the pressure from the Somalis, and even I've received a call from the Somali pirates.
Really? Directly?
Yeah, just one day after my program. And you see that they are concerning about the issue because they said we never had any sort of contacts with the British government. So why are you doing this sort of pressure to us?
In other words, they realise that you are stirring up pressure through this television network and through your programme, which comes from London.
Exactly.
As part of it.
Because I think it was to educate that the Somalis are members of the British people, and they should do whatever they can, because many people do not understand the differences between Somalis. Of course, they have the same identity.
Yes.
So as everyone, of course, already discussed, the aim of my program was to get the feedback from the Somalis in Britain and across the world, and eventually, I think, of course, a lot of people are not happy about this issue, because it has been the only news within the Somalis in Britain, more than even other international news coverage.
Well, thank you very much, and of course everybody will be hoping that part of what you're doing helps the terrible plight of the Chandlers. Ridwaan Haji Abdiwali, thank you very much for joining us.